Hi everyone, this is the disembodied voice of Patrick Galactic. Are you an artist? Do you have friends who are? Then Weird at Night wants to show your work. We feature music, poetry, painting, dance, drag, comedy, sketch, short films, animation, literature, and much more. Yeah, I just read the graphic, but I also wrote the graphic, so it's only kind of cheating. Do you want to be a character on Weird at Night? You absolutely can. Whether you want to make something for the show or have something specific you'd like us to air, you can do it by either emailing us at weirdatnight@gmail.com, or the much cooler option is to join our Discord server, send me a friend request, and then send me a DM. Weird at Night is a place of celebration and collaboration. We're always looking for new and fresh things for the show. If you have an idea you want help developing, we're down to help. Art is the antidote, attack with love. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm the Pink Cloud. I'm a mythical creature here in the Waniverse with my friends, Booger Bitch Fantasia Man and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I hated all humans and lived a life of substance abuse and self-loathing. But I discovered friendship and now I feel a lot better. Welcome to Weird at Night! This is the pre-show. The live show will begin at 10 p.m. as our guide, Patrick Galactic, steers us on a course to the Artmosphere. Weird at Night is a humor-based community art share stream. The Waniverse is a land of safe but challenging fantasy. We get real stupid, and oftentimes we do them at the same time. We're interactive. If you got something to say, at Weird at Night in the chat, and we'll read your comments, as long as they aren't hateful piece of shit kind of stuff, and at least somewhat related to the show. This is a place of art, acceptance, of tolerance, and understanding. Misogyny, racism, homophobia, transphobia, and all other xenophobic ideologies are not welcome here. But if you ain't dumb like that, welcome to the Artstravaganza! Starting at 10 p.m.
Wood fire springs forth. Wood bile does bubble. The black moon, it swings, and the sky stirs trouble. Stir. By violent ends, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. Lid. Hat. Knife.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Wed at Night!
Well, hey there, Weirderinos. This is the Sultan of Stupid, Patrick Galactic, ready to launch us off into the great dumb known. I got this chair, I got Gizmo. This is all I need. And these headphones. With the chair, Gizmo, and these headphones, this is all I need. All I need. And the computer. So the chair, Gizmo, headphones, and my computer is all I need. Well, the lighting and the green screen too. Well, whatever. I'll stop being a jerk and get us started. How about? And you know how we do that. Join me in preparing the Waniverse. Let's sing the song of the cosmos. Join me. Beautiful. I know you all sang it with me. I know you always say the incantation with me. I would know, at least a queen would tell me if you weren't, so be careful. All right, now that our etherness is in order, we got art to do, and we start tonight with a very cool animated video produced by the one and only Madeline Williams for friends of the show, Kitty Junk. Kitty Junk has been featured on Not a Mucho Newsy News more than once, and they have a new album coming out later in October. We'll talk more about it when we come back. But for now, prepare to get loud and consume. Super cool stuff. Super cool stuff. Like I said, Kitty Junk has a release show at the High Dive on October 28th with Cat Valley, Dank, and Born Without Blood. We dropped the link to the tunes, to the show, and to Madsy's Insta. Check it all out, baby. But now I gotta put a quarter in the machine so the mechanical animal that is Weird at Night can keep the hits coming. So while I do that, you turn rationality off. You turn what the fuck to 11. This cosmic calamity ain't an accident, cowpoke. It's an extravaganza of galactic proportion. Weirded Night is a twice-weekly art voyage through the stars. We love music. We bring the surreal comedy. Weirded Night is like a smoky patchwork quilt with Twilight Zone, 90s cable access, and Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Reading Rainbow all stitched in. We're astonishingly wholesome for people who say fuck as often as we do here. More importantly than all of that, we're a showmunity. The chat is 100% where it's at. A lot of the stuff we'll be showing tonight was made by people hanging out in the chat. So give thanks to the Queen Most High! Because you're chatting amongst royalty. We're a real fucking royal bunch here in the Waniverse. But the Queen, as you know if you've watched before, is the true and ultimate ruler of all things. And if you want to give a token of your appreciation to the Queen, go to their Bandcamp and check it out. There's a lot of good stuff there. Now,
Don't fear the darkness, darling. We're weird. It's night.
and you're in the right place. Respect for each other and the flow of the show is essential. Distractors, spammers, we're gonna get rid of you. Give us a follow, and at some point in the night, I'll sing you a little tune and put your name in the pretty lights on the screen. And if you subscribe, which is so helpful in this unpaid endeavor to deliver abstract amazingness to the masses, I'll put everything down, grab my guitar, and write you a 20-second song on the spot. But for now, let the extravaganza begin. And begin we will with some really, really cool news. I'm very, very proud to report that the Waniverse continues, just like the universe, to expand in rapid and satisfying ways. There's a new Weird at Night adjacent show on Thursdays on the Stereo app, hosted by none other than Madeline Williams and Dartone III. They're starting off with talking about the first episode of the series, The Boys. You know Madsy and Dartone are never lost for words, so you don't want to miss it. That's this Thursday on Stereo. But now, we shift to something far more serious. Sinister, even. We try to go about life admiring things of beauty and identify with the world around us, right? And it would be a hell of a lot easier if babies in medieval paintings didn't look like crotchety old men. It's an epidemic! Behold.
So you're going in the museum and it's great. The guards check your bag to make sure you won't, shoot a painting. You go up some fancy escalators, you see naked statues, and then it happens. You see a super ugly medieval baby. Why do medieval babies look like ugly middle-aged men? I mean, this baby looks like he wants to tell you that a boat is just a money pit. It might seem like medieval artists were just bad at drawing, but it turns out that babies in medieval art are actually ugly for a reason. While there were breakthroughs in anatomy and perspective that happened later in the Renaissance, ugly medieval babies were an intentional choice before that time. If somebody told you to paint like Pablo Picasso and you gave them Norman Rockwell, you'd have screwed up. And it was the same way for medieval artists working in churches in Italy. It's because most of these babies were depictions of Jesus and Mary. They were influenced by the idea of the homunculus, which is Latin for little man. These babies looked like Benjamin Button because philosophers believed Jesus was born perfectly formed and unchanged. The adult Jesus was represented in the baby Jesus, until the Renaissance when everything changed. Generally, we think of the Middle Ages as lasting from around the 5th to the 15th century, and it kind of overlapped the beginning of the Renaissance in the 14th century. Renaissance probably began in Florence, Italy, but it's important to note that it unfolded over centuries and countries in a time when everything moved slowly, so it wasn't instant beautiful babies everywhere. Still, the change in style did happen, and it happened for a couple of reasons. Suddenly, places like Florence were getting richer, and churches weren't the only places that could afford paintings. People could get their own babies painted, and they wanted them to look like cute, chubby babies, not homunculi. And because the Renaissance was all about classics, they looked at Greek and Roman art, which was all about idealized forms that ditched the medieval abstraction for beauty and... Okay, who put that ugly baby there? Anyway, the point is that after the Renaissance, cherubs didn't seem out of place, and neither did cuter pictures of baby Jesus as the Renaissance spread through Europe. And it's kind of stayed that way since. We want babies who look like they need their cheeks pinched, not their prostates checked. We want them chubby and cute, and we want babies that fit our ideals. Because those medieval babies, they have a face that only a mother could love.
Well, I thought clarification would satisfy me.
It did not! Damn you, medieval babies! Damn you all!
But hey, right now, I want everyone on every platform, YouTube or Twitch, to ask me a weird question. All you gotta do is just at me in the chat, and I'll see it, and we'll answer them when we have more than 3. Where does the paint go when you wash it off the brush? Why do brushes feel so good on your bum? There's a limitless amount of questions you could ask. Anything you want, like I said, at me, and I'll answer when we have at least 3. We got good vibes all night. Breaks and swells, abstract artist Catherine Zulon Man, instrumental, and so much more. It's a mouthful. And as you know, this is the spot for a monster so prolific, even God asked him to take it easy. And his answer, of course, was no! This is a full-length music video from the one, the only, Terry Monstrosity.
Be like water, force no beliefs. Just consider all, don't live selfishly. Of course we gotta live, we don't have to spread disease. Raise your vibration out of fear and we call it what?
It's a laughable apathy. Looking at me cause you know that they tackle themes. They trying to raffle me, determined to get in my cage and just rattle me. But it's never gonna happen again and I'm battling. Baby, I'm after the sin, I'm after the ends, I'm after the energy, after the friends. Wait a minute, those people are always constantly changing. So why am I faced with all of these problems? I'm skipping vacation in my own mind, trying to build it up for my own team, the home team, the ones that I go with. Yeah, we so green. Seattle Sonic, South Seattle is the place that I was born and raised in. The city you're renting, the hub of the highway, the niggas you know what we taking. All of the smoke, call me a low. Nah, never been thug. Yeah, but you be one.
Be like water, force no beliefs. Just consider all, don't live selfishly. Of course we gotta live, we don't have to spread disease. Raise your vibration out of fear and we call it what? Be like water, force no beliefs. Just consider all, don't live selfishly. Of course we gotta live, we don't have to spread disease. Raise your vibration out of fear and we call it what?
I just wanna be part of myself, part of myself, part of my mind for the thoughts that I think and the places it takes me. It fucks with my health. It's affecting my health and I know where I'm going. I know where the left is and the shelf in the kitchen where I keep up all of the shit where I know that my health kit. Wait, redundant, fuck it with me, plummet to the ground, baby you lunging. Trying to exercise, trying to do the most for your better thighs, trying to do the most for them other people. But you know I'm not like other guys, I'm a Superman without capes on. Niggas know that my cape's drawn like an artiste, painter, farty. My gas nigga is so ill, so thick in the air, it's so real. You'll smell that shit and just fall out. Can't handle what I bring all out.
Be like water, force no beliefs. Just consider all, don't live selfishly. Of course we gotta live, we don't have to spread disease. Raise your vibration out of fear and we call it what? Be like water, force no beliefs. Just consider all, don't live selfishly. Of course we gotta live, we don't have to spread disease. Raise your vibration out of fear and we call it what?
Hello.
What can you say? It's incredible stuff. That was released last year. That track is called Be Like Water. You may remember about a week ago, Bruce Lee was telling us to become water. Great minds? I think so. And speaking of great, Seattle soul impresarios, Breaks and Swells, have lit up the Northwest music scene for years now with their infectious grooves. They were featured on the Seattle channel's Art Zone with Nancy Guppy, playing their signature track, We Will Not Despair, and, as luck would have it, we're about to revel in it right now.
Well, it is music time on Art Zone, and here to get us on the good foot is Breaks and Swells. Did you notice the reference there? James Brown. And Dylan Tubb, nice to see you.
That's right.
On guitar.
Nice to see you.
So before we have a little chitty chat, why don't you introduce the band, starting with this queen bee right here?
Sure. This is Marquita Miller, our lovely vocalist.
Indeed.
Over here we have Jeremy Shaskas on tenor saxophone,
Hey, Jeremy,
Mike Lundquist on trumpet,
who has a brand new baby.
Quentin Harris on the keys here,
Hey, Quentin,
Derek Jones on drums,
way back on the drums. And last but not least,
Bryce Urban
nice.
on bass.
Great to have you all here. You've been together, what, 5-ish years or
give
so?
or take, yeah.
Okay, R&B, funk, pop,
Yeah, pop, soul, yeah.
Dance-
You have a hard time finding a genre.
Well,
but
when you're rehearsing or warming up, it's all there. It's great, and it's very danceable. It's super dance, right?
that's right.
When you're playing for a crowd, right, in a show, what's it like to see everyone on their feet, just getting into it? What's
Oh,
it
it's
feel like?
great. It really defines if we're doing a good job or not. People
Yeah.
are dancing, we know we're doing our job right.
Yeah, yeah.
So we try to keep them on their feet.
Well, we were on our feet here, so that was a good sign. Now, the new record that you're working on with Eric Blood, who was on our show a little earlier, are you happy with the direction of how it's going?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
We're very excited about it.
How does it? What is it about the record that you're saying, hey, this is something pushing us forward, perhaps? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely everything. Every song that we did on the record was written organically as a group, which has been very fun. Everybody comes with a piece, and we sort of make it all work as a whole.
Yeah.
And so our whole ideal has just been making good music and seeing people out there dancing. We love what we do, and we love doing it together.
Which I love the name of the record, We Will Not Despair. It's a very good title.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know you're sending 2 songs for us, and the first, I believe, is the title track.
That's
Is that
correct.
right? We Will Not Despair? Okay. So our breaks and swells, are you guys ready to do this thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Good?
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, breaks and swells.
Your voice goes bouncing all around inside my head. Your face on the back of my eyelids when
God damn, every time I hear that song, it's on a loop in my head for days. So much love to Marquita Miller and the rest of the crew in Breaks and Swells, and a hearty thanks to Nancy Guppy and the Seattle Channel for providing the vehicle to make these performances happen. Lots of great work all around. The chat is implying that Nancy Guppy and I have dated in the past. I'm just going to say, only I wish. If only, Nancy, call me. Okay, we got some questions to answer. All right. And we're gonna answer them right now. Alex F&V asked, how do you think Catherine Zeta-Jones' left kneecap feels about being a vampire? Well, Alex, that's a great question that you would know the answer to because you're a fucking vampire. For those who haven't hung out before, there's a very long story about how I once broke Alex's shoulder. Alex is my cousin. I once broke her shoulder, but it was only to stop the vampirism that was running wild in her bloodstream, which I believe it did. But how does Catherine Zeta-Jones' kneecap feel about being a vampire? Probably okay. I mean, I think vampires, once it happens, I think you're just that again, and or whatever. Kneecap vampires should be watched out for, though. If you notice somebody's kneecap being very sedate, or like turning into ash during the day, run. That's what I got to say. Ash Maddie asked, who's the hunter? Who's the game?
I am the game.
We're gonna find out in just a little bit, Ash Maddie. I think you're asking a precursor question. I like it. Blazing Space, will the Mariners make the playoffs? I haven't been following the Mariners at all, Blazing Space, but my guess is no, simply because they've so consistently not made the playoffs that I think, in keeping with tradition, it would probably piss people off if they did, right? I mean, they're kind of expected not to. So, people like what they like. Let's not judge. Madsy in the End Times, what are your thoughts on the impending non-apocalypse, which is a non-apocalypse? I'm all for it. Nihilistic as I may be, a non-apocalypse sounds actually pretty great. Thank you all for your questions. You are absolutely fantastic. Actually, Dartone III just says boxer briefs or full Pooh Bear. I am definitely a boxer brief guy. Okay. Thank you for the questions. I love the community interaction. That's one of my favorite parts of the show. Feel free to continue adding me in the chat when we get to the chat break. I can answer more questions, or if you want to share some good news, or if you got something cool going on, at me in the chat, let us know. We'll talk about it on the show. Now, switching back to business. Now you know we love Converge Media. We are broadcast partners. Weird at Night is simulcast on their Facebook page every Saturday at 10 p.m., including this Saturday at 10 p.m. Their coverage of local and national news has gained them worldwide acclaim. Here's a little preview. You should check it out.
I did it for the city. I did it for the love. I did it for the people. I did it for us. Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
That's just a little preview of Converge Media. Converge's signature morning update show airs at 11 a.m., but is on a brief hiatus while they upgrade their studio. Their other programming is ongoing, including Weird at Night on Saturdays at 10 p.m. Go check out their website. We dropped a link to it in the chat, and consider giving some support to their work. I can't think of a better cause. And speaking of causes, raconteur and general rabble-rouser T-Basa, the man behind Bring On the Drugs, the writer of our pre-show and theme music, has returned to the Waniverse with something very different. Friends, we live in a constant push and pull between life and the opposite of life. Two forces dueling at all times to create a center that we call life. T-Basa explores that in this one-of-a-kind meditation. Very powerful stuff and very, very calming. Don't let the dog in your mind bark you into submission. Bark back! What am I talking about? I don't know, but we got bills to pay.
Hey! You got my order wrong! I ordered double bandages!
More bandages!
I'm on it!
What? Pubes? 3 pubes in every bite, guaranteed.
Are you tired of pubes in your pizza?
Wow. Powerful stuff. Another excellent animation by Madeline Williams. Our sponsors, you know, what would we have without them? You know, I mean, this glorious life. Look at me. I'm in this beautiful heaven bathroom. Do you think I could afford this if we didn't have the support of Shitty's Pizza? We got the chat up on the screen. If you want to see yourself on the screen chatting, by all means, folks, by all means, throw up some emojis or throw up some weird stuff to say. I don't know. How are we all doing? I hope that everybody's doing well. This is just a quick reminder to follow Weird at Night on Twitch or YouTube, wherever it is you're watching, because it really does help us in the algorithms. It tells them that we're on the come up, and so there's literally no reason not to do it. If you follow us on Twitch, you'll be notified, or YouTube, you'll be notified each and every time we go live, which a lot of people just forget that we're on sometimes. So when you follow us, you get notified, and it's a lot easier. It just makes everything so much easier. We got some stuff coming into the chat now. Ash Manny asks, have I ever figured out who the artist is in the Converge trailer yet? I believe Bicentennial Baby said their name in the last episode. I believe that's the case. I just haven't, I don't remember right offhand, but I believe Bicentennial Baby, when we played the Converge commercial the last time, did say the name of the artist, and I don't believe she's in the chat tonight. So that's just what that's what I know. That's all I can tell you. Stop, okay? Stop demanding so much of me, okay? Madsy in the End Times. Oh crap, I forgot to ask, should we rename April Fools to Conceptual Art Day? Well, if you aren't a member of our Discord, you missed out on a really cool post from one of our community stalwarts, Twist, who is in our Hall of Whatever, inductee Twist, posted this amazing article about an artist who was paid to make art and said the art was taking their money. It's a really, really interesting story. And what do we define as art? So pretty interesting. TC Blackout says, I threw up on a turtle once, but it was okay because it taught me a lesson. You know, we all got to throw up on a turtle once or twice in our lives. There's just no getting around it. There's just no getting around it. You're gonna throw up on a turtle before. I've thrown up on several. I mean, don't worry about it, TC. I learn every time that I look at that little puke-covered turtle. I'm just like, ooh, don't do that again. Whatever it was I did right before that. So, thank you for your comment. Ash Maddie, would you consider trying to make it work with Nancy Guppy? give it another try. Look, Nancy Guppy is fantastic. I'm sure she's married. I don't think that that would be the best thing for me to do for her. So, Nancy Guppy, you're amazing. Though I wish that you had said yes when I asked you out on a date all those years ago. You said no. And that's absolutely okay. That's absolutely okay. We're very happy for Nancy and her partner, and we wish them all the best. TC Blackout, if you had to befriend a fish of some type in order to close the space-time continuum, what type of fish would it be? To close the space-time continuum, I would probably befriend like a guppy, because I think guppies probably know more than they say. They're very small. You know, they eat algae off whales and stuff. But I feel like a guppy knows more than it says. You know what I mean? A guppy knows more than it says. So, anyway, keep an eye out for that. Ash Maddie is now posting a link to Nancy Guppy's husband. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, there's a lot of Nancy Guppy love going on in the chat tonight. Dartone III asks, the shells protect animals, or says, the shells protect turtles from puke, so it is the most ethical animal to puke on. 100% agreed. That's why it happens so often, you know, when nature just tells us what to do. Now, do you want to be on Weird at Night or know somebody who does? Because this is an artist casting call. We feature music, poetry, painting, dance, drag, comedy, sketch, short film, animation, and literature here on Weird at Night, and whatever else that I couldn't fit on this graphic. If you know somebody who does something that you think fits the vibe of the show, we want to feature it. You can submit to via email or via our Discord. We put the links in the chat and on the graphic here, but we'd love to have you on the show. We would love to talk about your work. We'd love to see any characters. And if you don't even have to have a fully formed idea, if you just want to collaborate on something, we can do that too. But it's getting very close to time to coming up. We still have a lot left to see, hear, experience, and regret. Well, hopefully not. It's the only life I know. Don't at me. Nana Mucho, Nina Waz, and Carrie are back. So is Twist, with another incredible edition of Instrumental and much more. But first, we turn to abstract art. Specifically, the work of abstract artist Catherine Sue Lan Mann. Catherine Mann is a graceful and free-thinking artist. Her art invites a certain vulnerability, which elevates the breathlessness and beauty in every intended layer of paint and paper. She does not take the process for granted and allows every imperfection, every intense stroke, every thoughtful melody to emit through her brush. Funded by Adobe, the short film named One Window is an experimental short documentary that seeks to use the creative methods behind Catherine's own art to produce a film about it. By the end of the film, viewers won't have any trouble seeing how a 70-foot-long abstract mural is a work of detailed self-portraiture about one of the most extraordinary artists of our time. Catherine Mann, everybody.
I don't know what the finished piece is going to look like because they begin with something that I'm not controlling. At once, extremely joyful, celebratory, but also a little bit suffocating and stifling. Fragmented and chaotic. As if it kind of has a power or a life of its own. It could kind of crawl over the walls and take over the rest of the building that it's in. What I want from my work is for people to get lost in it. That you can move from one little story or narrative to another, a place that you can take your shoes off and step into. That moment where I'm taking two things that feel like they belong in separate worlds and smashing them together, that's what I live for in my work. the sense of rootlessness and feeling lost, and perhaps a celebration of that lost feeling. I think that a lot of biracial people have this sense of not ever feeling like you belong. My interest in combining things that feel as if they don't belong, but then actually just forcing them to live together. That's a bit of an element of self-portraiture, an element of who I am. You know, nobody really feels like they perfectly fit together. These pieces are kind of a celebration of that. It's as if you have a house with all the doors and the windows open. Then you close one door, and then a window opens, and then you go close that window, and then another door opens, and you just keep on going throughout the entire house until you finally have closed all the problems within it have been dealt with. You would think that that's when you finished the painting, right? That's not when you finish the painting. When you finish the painting is you have closed all the doors and windows, and then you open one window. One small window somewhere.
Amazing stuff, amazing stuff. And while we're here, I just wanted to give you a little deeper dive into some of Catherine Zulan Mann's work. Catherine Mann merges traditional Chinese and Japanese ink painting techniques with an approach rooted in Western abstractionism. She received her Bachelor of Arts from Brown University and Master of Fine Art, Master of Fine Arts from Maryland Institute College for the Art. We dropped a bunch of links for more information about Catherine Zulan Mann. All I can say to her is thank you for continuing to inspire and push forward. I love doing these artist Zooms, and we should definitely do more soon. But do yourself a favor, go check out the work of Catherine Zulan Mann. But what we're gonna do now is something that has been needed for some time. It's something that I promised quite a while ago. Basically, I made a deal that for people who subscribed for a year straight, our 12-month subscribers, I made a deal. You may remember it was back sometime in 2004. I told Ash, Maddie, and Alex FMV that because they had subscribed to the show for a year, they could each select a song for me to cover on the show. And they did, and then I didn't get it done for months. Well, I got one done, and we'll be rolling these out the next few episodes. In the meantime, we have more 12-month subscribers, and I would love for them to step forward and give me a song to cover for them. It won't take months, I promise. I'm kind of in the zone again. But tonight, I'm playing a song selected by Hall of Whatever inductee Ash Maddie. The song, Warrior by Scandal/Patty Smythe. He seemed very amused by this for some reason, but whatever. Here we go. This is Warrior by Scandal. You run away. It's your heart that you betray. Feeding on your hungry eyes. I bet you're not so civilized. Well, isn't love primitive? A wild gift that you wanna give. Break out of captivity and follow me, stereo jungle child. Love is the kill.
Your heart's still wild, shooting at the walls of heartache. Bang, bang, I am the warrior. I am the warrior. And hard to hide you win if you survive. The warrior. Gotta scroll, gotta scroll, gotta scroll. You talk to me. Your eyes touch me physically. Stay with me, we'll take the night. This passion takes another bite. Who's the hunter? Who's the game? I feel the beat, call out your name. I hold you close in victory, and I don't wanna stain your animal style. You won't be caged in the call of the wild, shooting at the walls of heartache. Bang, 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 I am the warrior. Well, I am the warrior, and hard to hide you win if you survive. The warrior, the warrior, the warrior. There's usually a guitar solo at this part, but wow, 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 shooting at the walls of heartache. Bang, bang, I am the warrior. Well, I am the warrior, and hard to hide you win if you survive. The warrior, I am the warrior. Hard to hide you win if you survive. Thank you, Ash Maddie, for being a 12-month subscriber to Weird at Night, and actually more like a 14-month subscriber now. But that was The Warrior by Scandal and Patty Smythe. It's kind of funny. I don't know. Ash Maddie seemed to think this was really funny. It's weird because for now it's time to turn to Not For Sale and wash away all that Smithiness. Smythe. What a weird name. It's spelled like Smith.
The world is in shambles. The world is divided. Mainstream media is spreading lies. People are dropping like flies. The wrath of Mother Nature is present. What's next? Are you prepared? Mentally? Physically? Spiritually? Whatever tomorrow may bring, just be ready. Because nothing makes sense anymore.
That's Not For Sale. Not For Sale just released a new album, Nothing Makes Sense Anymore, on the 17th of September. Make sure you go check it out. I have it. It's a fantastic record. Not For Sale's on Weird at Night a lot because Not For Sale is always putting out really good stuff. So don't cheat yourself. Make sure you go and check it out. Get yourself covered because Not For Sale's got you covered. Speaking of covered, Nada Mucho's coverage of the Northwest music scene goes all the way back to 1998. But they've crossed time and space to deliver another choice set of music shares, courtesy of the one and only Nina Wasankari. Nina!
Hey everyone, this is Nina Wasankari coming at you with Nada Mucho, newsy news that's new. Nada Mucho is 100% volunteer driven, and has been supporting independent music and entertainment since the late 90s. Tonight we have a special curated playlist just for you. For each of these artists, we're going to drop the links in the chat. What we want you to do is click on those links and follow those artists directly. This is Nina Wassenkari, and you are watching Weird at
Driven to the limit, driven to the brink of God. As a rooster stands there crowing, and we wait patiently for dawn. Singing holy guacamole, I can't take much more of this, much more of it. I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I don't care about it.
Magic forest creatures in your yard will lead right from your palm if you stand still. No more need for awkwardness and
Boy, I think I'm broken, at least a bit misshapen. Feeling like I can't do anything at all.
I will never walk through another held open door ever. I know I'm strong, but strength don't get me high. I get so bored and I want to feel alive.
We were caught in the phony rivers of holy roller, holding collars. A golden day finally chose to leave this broken house in the middle of this avalanche. You held onto the olive branch. Mislabeled this way.
They wanna tap in, tap in. Now they got a pace in the back end. Tap in, tap in. Now they got a pace in the back end. Tap in, tap in. Now they better pace in the back end. Tap in, tap in. Now they better pace in the back end. Y'all must be smoking, the system been broken. Not even joking. Y'all must be smoking, the system's been broken. I'm not even joking. Y'all must be smoking, the system's been broken. I'm not even joking. Y'all must be smoking, the system's been broken. I'm not even joking. What goes up, man, it must come down. We built this, now it's time to cash out.
So much good stuff, it's hard to keep up with. If you can't keep up, make sure to follow Nada Mucho on Twitter. They will be sharing more on these artists throughout the week and in the chat. That Catch Rabbit track, if you get to spend some time with that, I highly recommend it. I listened to that a lot today, and there's just something about that vibe that I just absolutely love. So Make sure you spend some time with all of these artists and all of these tracks. The Catch Rabbit one's the one I was listening to the most today, but there's so much good stuff in there. More great stuff from Nana Mucho. It's hard to keep up with. If you can't keep up, make sure to follow him on Twitter, like I said. Also, don't forget to find your weird with myself and Nana Mucho editor Matt Ashworth as we ask the question tomorrow at 4 p.m. on the Stereo app. Why do we like scary movies? That won't be all we talk about, but it will be a blast. So, like I said, join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific on the Stereo app. We dropped the link in the chat. But from overheated talking to I don't know what the hell I just was saying. From overheated talking heads to calm, serene surreality, we turn now to our returning friend and maestro of flash fiction, Twist. This is the 38th edition of Instrumental.
Hello, and welcome to Instrumental, a segment where I write microfiction for music that has no lyrics, such as the song Nautilus off of the 2012 EP by Anna Meredith titled Black Prince Fury. Let us begin. Sometimes we all get in that old blood in your mouth way. I'm polishing my glider and looking up at the night sky with no stars and thinking about how much time I've spent hating my brother-in-law. Haven't seen him in a while. Last time he was over here, he was complaining about the water surrounding the castle and how much it stank, which I didn't need him to tell me that. It's where I put all the engine runoff and degrade the oil and other garbage just to keep people away. I shouted down at him from the top of the castle wall, "You ain't never seen a moat before?" He yelled back at me, "You're a moat!" So I threw down my polishing rag and jerked down the drawbridge and came out and grabbed his head in both my hands and twisted it around and around until it popped off. It's still floating in the moat, just so he can see what one looks like up close. That really ticked him off, on account of he spent a couple weeks off balance with only 2 on the left side and 3 on the right side until the new one grew back. Nowadays I only get drone canisters from my sister offering to buy the land out from under me so they can expand their castle community complex. Sign instead of love. I shouldn't have done that to him. Every now and then you feel like you're standing on a rug that someone else has in both hands, so you want to pull the rug out from under them first. I could have had the Eiffel Tower, the Empire State Building, any pyramid I wanted. I stole the whole castle from Middle England because it looked like the hardest to get rid of. Like if a wart was a building, or my brother-in-law. The only other time I went back was after the complex had started going up, and Moathead had started snatching castles by the handful. I touched down and saw all the knights polishing the stone walls of their enemies, launching catapult loads of velvet banners and roses, even building new towers and parapets for them in the dead of night and knocking down their own, all to keep the rug pullers away. I threw on a cloak to hide the throbbing heart on my back and tracked my friend from the first time down. Found him curled up in some metalworker's basement, coughing up blood. I gave him a lotion for that. Told him in a language that he would understand, that I wanted all the problems I caused to end. He told me I don't have any magic anymore. I've lost all connection with the ether. I held up my denucleolizer cannon, the one that can dissolve an entire quad jet at a range of 0.33 light years. This is all the magic you need, I said. My brother-in-law left for another housing mission about 3 days ago. Usually takes him 7 minutes, tops. My sister keeps sending drone canisters to my castle courtyard, and I throw rocks at them until they crash into the moat. Then I wait until the light fades and the clouds twist over the night sky, and I just sit and polish my glider, its name painted across the side in bright gold letters. Chivalry. I don't know what it means. Saw it when I first got there, on a wooden sign half sunken in the mud, next to a drawing of a man in a metal hat. It sounded right, anyway. Thank you for listening.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. The castle buying business is what Twist is writing about this week. Excellent stuff. Yeah, you're a moat. I love that. Okay, and also just a quick reminder, Twist has a podcast called Story Stoic.
that we dropped the link to in the chat. It's basically, it's very similar to Instrumental in vibe. It's about a 15-minute version of something similar, Flash Fiction. So if that interests you, go check it out, because Twist is a fantastic writer and a Hall of Whatever inductee. So we got to give it up every time for Twist. Thank you so much. That's the 38th edition of Instrumental. All right, now we're about to do something called an auto-write. What is an auto-write? Well, an auto-write is essentially kind of a mock tool of the surrealists, almost, in a way. You try to clear your mind as I count down from 10. When I get to 1, I'm gonna say go. And you'll just start typing whatever comes into your head in the chat. And after about 30 or 45 seconds, I'll say stop. We'll all hit return or enter on our keyboards. And everybody's auto-write shows up in the chat. We read them out loud, and then we get the fuck out of here, because we all have something to say, but we all want to get to this Discord post-show voice chat that happens right after the show. About 10 minutes after the show, I'll be on our Discord server in the community voice chat where we have a conversation. I can be there about 30 minutes tonight because I have an early morning appointment, but we riff, we connect, we community. It's a beautiful thing. So let's do it. Let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Start writing. Whatever comes into your head, don't spell correct, don't edit. Okay. And stop. Go ahead and hit enter or return. I'll do that now so that we can get things kicked off. So I'll read mine while we wait for the others to show up in the chat. Here's mine. Here and there, but almost nowhere, is the key to euphoric medleys. Not mine. Oh no. The rabbit. The rabbit keeps looking at me like it knows something, but it never says anything. God damn it, I wish I had $15 to give it. It would probably eat the money, but I mean, that's what most humans do too, so who cares? Whatever, time to tell everyone to stop. Alex F and V. You should bang on the trash cans of everyone who hates raccoons, but do it at 8 a.m. because they're awake all night, so you have to fuck them up only when the sun is out. Plus side, Santa Claus will be real and you'll get to save Christmas this year. Next year, my turn. Next year, it's all about breathing in the pink cloud and exhaling a fart. But one that smells like McDonald's fries. That good smell, but not too good, because you don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Google butt. Google butt. Very nice. Naomi Baomi Faomi. Velcro. It was invented sometime after I learned how to tie my shoes. Or at least I wasn't aware of it. When was it invented? It is so beautifully low-tech, yet modern. Agreed. Ash Maddie. Up there in midair, I found a half pound of decent gelato. Seems like everywhere we go, people are wearing much older pants than I remember. It's not even December, which is one of the best months for wearing pants. My nose hairs agree. So do mine, Ash Maddie. TC Blackout. 16-17-108. Possum is in the cardigan and there isn't much time before the eggs go to waste. Better lock up the windows before the hurricane, otherwise there will be no more epi for the future. Windowsills are the arbiter of the outside world in regards to the inside perspective. Madsy in the End Times. I can't get it out of my mind that art itself is my muse, and therefore it will never leave me. It's like a perpetual motion machine and fuels itself. See, you did use it, Mazzy. Super Excellent 12. A rubber hammer, he said, handing me a banana. Whoever heard of such a rumor might be flung headfirst and meet second over the moat of the Moatmaster, billowing westward into the shimmery dingus. What? Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But probably too much or not enough. In any case, it was certainly Tuesday. Fantastic. Loved it. Darktone the Third. Calling people goblins should be the new insult or compliment. I think it's time for the lamestream world to know D&D terminology, because it's way too fun not to. Ashmani added, catch that rabbit and make it stop looking at you. I'm trying. I was trying to give it money to lure it in. Guilty Art Music, cross-eyed reading astrology. Zodiac signs, stars, and planets. Expanding my mind, only to learn that we are all a little bit weird. I like weird. Hi, Guilty Art Music. I didn't get to say hello to you earlier. And Euphony of the Month shared a Santa emoji. So really, we all got to express ourselves. It's a very, very beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing. Connection is a beautiful thing, friends. Laying down our social media-sized alter egos to lay our souls bare will never get old. And it doesn't have to stop either. After the show goes offline, we move to the Discord server for a post-show Discord voice chat. It's like a green room where we riff, we celebrate, and connect. We're dropping the link one more time. Head over there, go to the community voice channel. I'll be there in about 10 minutes. We say art is the antidote, because it is. We say attack with love, because we do. I'll be in the Discord voice chat in about 10 minutes. I hope you join me. Until then, I love you all. Good night.
You're weird at night. So weird at night. Thanks for being so weird at night. For 100 nights. Weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird at